Imagine this for a moment. You finally decide to take your health seriously. You clean up your diet, you start walking more, and you even invest in a high quality collagen powder because everyone says it supports your joints, your skin, your hair, and even your gut lining. But a few weeks later, you notice something strange. Your skin is not improving the way you expected. Your digestion feels off. Your energy is unpredictable, and you start wondering if collagen was overhyped or simply not working for you. But here's the deeper truth: collagen itself is not the problem. The problem is that most people take collagen in a way that works directly against the biology of how the body uses and assembles those amino acids. In other words, the mistake is not the collagen, the mistake is the method. Let me start with a simple question. If collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body, and if it plays a major role in your skin elasticity, your joint cushioning, your gut integrity, your bones, your nails, and even the way your metabolism handles inflammation, then why do so many people take collagen powder every day and see almost no results? Why do some even gain weight, feel bloated, or experience skin breakouts while taking it? Here is what is really happening inside your body. Collagen is a raw material. Your body treats it like lumber delivered to a construction site. The lumber itself is helpful, but if there are no workers, no tools, and no blueprint, then the wood just sits there in a pile. In the same way, if the metabolic environment is wrong, if the timing is wrong, if the digestive support is missing, or if the other key nutrients are absent, then your body cannot use the collagen effectively. And that is when side effects, frustrations, and plateaus appear. This is why understanding the physiology matters. The way your stomach acid breaks down, collagen determines whether you absorb it. The way your insulin behaves determines whether those amino acids get directed toward repair or toward fat storage. The health of your gut lining determines whether you get the benefits to your skin. And the state of your mitochondria determines whether collagen supports your energy or drains it. In this video, we will break down the 7 major mistakes people make with collagen. Some of these may surprise you because they are subtle and they are rarely discussed in mainstream wellness conversations. But once you understand them, you will be able to use collagen in a way that directly supports your joints, strengthens your skin, improves your gut, reduces inflammation, and helps your metabolism work with you rather than against you. And as you listen, if you find this kind of science-based health breakdown helpful, consider subscribing because I create content that helps you understand your body at a deeper level and use natural tools to reclaim your vitality. One of the first things that most people overlook is timing. They assume that if they mix collagen powder into a morning smoothie, sprinkle it into their coffee, or take it whenever it is convenient, it will automatically support their skin, joints, and gut. But here is what is really going on inside your body. Your metabolism and your repair mechanisms follow rhythms that are far more precise than most people appreciate. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine your body as a city at night. During the day, the streets are full of traffic. Deliveries are being made, and energy is being spent on moving people and goods. At night, the traffic slows and repair crews emerge to fix infrastructure, paint buildings, and clean the streets. If you send a shipment of raw materials to the city at the wrong time, it may sit idle in a warehouse, unused, or it may be misdirected to areas where it is not needed. Collagen works in a similar way. Your body uses it most efficiently during periods when repair pathways are active. These are the hours when protein synthesis is naturally higher, when hormones like growth hormone and IGF-1 signal the body to rebuild tissue, and when the gut, skin, and connective tissues are primed to accept new building blocks. Outside of these windows, the same collagen may be broken down for energy, or the amino acids may simply circulate in the blood without ever reaching the tissues that need them. Research shows that protein metabolism, including collagen, is not constant throughout the day. The synthesis of collagen in tendons, skin, and other connective tissues peaks during specific circadian windows. This means that taking collagen at random times can reduce its effectiveness by a measurable amount. In other words, timing is not a trivial detail, it is a central determinant of whether the amino acids in collagen are used for building and repair or simply pass through the body without making a difference. What makes this even more complex is that the timing interacts with other metabolic signals. Insulin, cortisol, and digestive enzyme secretion all follow daily patterns that influence how well collagen is absorbed and utilized. When these hormones are out of balance or when collagen is consumed at a time that conflicts with these natural rhythms, the body treats the amino acids differently. Some may end up supporting energy production rather than tissue repair, which explains why some people experience unexpected bloating, fatigue, or no visible benefit at all. If you have ever taken collagen consistently and felt no change in your skin elasticity, joint comfort, or gut health, this is likely why. The raw material is there, but the timing is off. Your body simply cannot prioritize the repair process when the signals it relies on are not aligned. Understanding this principle is key because it shifts the focus from how much collagen should I take to how can I give my body the signal to use this collagen most effectively. The second mistake is one that almost nobody talks about. People take collagen but do not consider whether their body can actually break it down. Here is what is really going on inside your body. Collagen is a protein, a very large complex protein made up of long chains of amino acids arranged in a triple helix structure. In order for your body to use it, these chains need to be broken down into smaller peptides and free amino acids. If this step does not happen efficiently, the collagen you consume is like a locked safe. All the valuable nutrients are there, but your body cannot access them. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine trying to use a brick to build a house without breaking it into smaller pieces first. A single brick is heavy, awkward, and nearly impossible to work with. But if you break it down into individual bricks or even crushed stone, suddenly the material becomes usable. Collagen behaves in the same way. If it is not properly digested, the large protein chains may pass through your gastrointestinal tract largely intact. Your body cannot incorporate these chains into skin, joints, bones, or gut lining. Digestion begins in the stomach, where gastric acid and enzymes start to unravel the protein chains. This is why stomach acidity is so important. If acid production is low, which is common as we age or with chronic stress, collagen digestion becomes incomplete. Then, by the time the collagen reaches the small intestine, the amino acids are only partially available, and the body must work harder to extract the nutrients it needs. This inefficiency reduces the potential benefit dramatically. What makes this more complicated is that digestion is not just a passive process. The body actively coordinates enzymes, acid, and bile to ensure that amino acids are absorbed in the right place and at the right time. Even small disruptions, like taking collagen with very high fat meals, drinking excessive amounts of water at the same time, or having low stomach acid, can impair this process. The result is that even if you are taking high quality collagen daily, your tissues may never actually see the raw materials. Scientific studies on protein absorption confirm this. Hydrolyzed collagen, which is partially broken down, is absorbed more efficiently than non-hydrolyzed forms, but even hydrolyzed collagen requires adequate stomach acid and enzymatic activity to be fully effective. This is why digestion matters at a mechanistic level. Without proper breakdown, collagen supplementation is less a therapeutic intervention and more a nutritional gesture, well-intentioned, but largely ineffective. Understanding this principle shifts the conversation from simply buying collagen to asking a deeper question. Can my body actually access and use the nutrients I am giving it? Many people are frustrated because they see no change, and this is why the collagen is present. But the biology of absorption has not been supported, and the body cannot incorporate the amino acids where they are needed most. The third mistake is one that most people never even think about. They take collagen consistently, but they combine it with foods or drinks in a way that prevents their body from using it properly. Here is what is really happening inside your body. Collagen, like all proteins, is absorbed through specific pathways in the small intestine. These pathways are influenced not only by the presence of other nutrients, but also by competing substances that can interfere with transport or enzyme activity. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your small intestine as a series of doors, each designed to allow specific nutrients into your body. Collagen amino acids are like VIP guests who need the right door to get inside. If you arrive at the door with a crowd of other molecules such as sugar, caffeine, or even excessive fat, these VIPs may be delayed, partially blocked, or misdirected to the wrong place. The nutrients are still present, but your body cannot use them effectively. One of the most overlooked factors is the role of blood sugar. When you consume collagen alongside a high glycemic load meal, such as refined carbohydrates or sugary beverages, your insulin spikes. This shifts your body's priority from repair to energy storage. Essentially, the amino acids from collagen may end up being used for fuel or converted into fat rather than building connective tissue, skin, or gut lining. The timing and combination of nutrients are not trivial. They determine whether collagen supports tissue repair or simply passes through the bloodstream with minimal benefit. Even beverages like coffee or tea can have subtle effects. Certain compounds in these drinks can reduce the activity of digestive enzymes or slow the absorption of proteins. Fat-heavy meals can also delay gastric emptying, meaning that collagen lingers in the stomach longer than it should, altering the timing of absorption and diminishing its effectiveness. This is why the context of what you consume with collagen matters just as much as the collagen itself. Scientific research reinforces this concept. Studies on amino acid absorption show that proteins are absorbed differently depending on the presence of other macronutrients. Competing amino acids, altered gastric emptying, or shifts in insulin levels all affect how efficiently the body takes up the building blocks of collagen. In practical terms, this means that even high-quality collagen can fail to produce visible or measurable benefits if it is not combined with the right context in the digestive system. Understanding this principle is crucial because it shifts the conversation from simply taking more collagen to how does my overall diet affect the way collagen works in my body. Many people feel frustrated or believe collagen is ineffective, but the truth is that absorption is being subtly blocked by combinations of foods and beverages that interfere with the body's natural metabolic and digestive processes. The fourth mistake is one that many people overlook because they assume all collagen is created equal. They see collagen powder on the shelf, buy the cheapest or most convenient option, and expect it to transform their skin, joints, or gut. But here is what is really going on inside your body. Not all collagen powders are equal, and the way collagen is processed, sourced, and hydrolyzed has a direct impact on how well your body can use it. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine trying to build a house with different kinds of wood. Softwood, hardwood, engineered wood, treated wood. All of it looks like raw material at first glance, but each type behaves differently under stress. Some wood will bend and break easily, while other wood will support a structure for decades. Collagen behaves the same way. The source, whether it is bovine, marine, or chicken, determines the amino acid profile. The processing, how it is hydrolyzed and preserved, determines whether the body can access those amino acids efficiently. Not all collagen contains the same concentrations of the critical amino acids glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, which are essential for building connective tissue. Some commercial powders are overheated during processing, which can denature the protein and reduce its biological activity. Others may contain fillers, additives, or preservatives that slightly alter digestion or absorption. Even collagen labeled as hydrolyzed or peptides can vary in molecular weight, which determines how easily the body can transport it across the intestinal lining into the bloodstream. What makes this mistake particularly subtle is that people often assume more expensive equals better, or that all marine collagen behaves like bovine collagen. But the research shows that the body's ability to absorb and utilize collagen peptides depends on both the source and the size of the peptides. Smaller peptides are absorbed faster and more efficiently, while larger or poorly processed collagen may pass through without fully benefiting the tissues. Another overlooked factor is stability. Collagen exposed to heat, light, or moisture during storage can oxidize, reducing its effectiveness. Even if someone takes collagen consistently, poor quality or improperly stored products may explain why they experience minimal benefit. Science tells us that protein structure and integrity are essential for bioavailability, and collagen is no exception. Understanding this principle reframes the conversation. It is no longer just about taking collagen every day or trusting the brand on the shelf. It is about recognizing that the raw material itself, the molecular composition, peptide size, source, and processing, determines whether your body can build the new connective tissue, strengthen joints, or repair the gut lining. Many people are frustrated because the collagen powder they chose simply does not match the biology required for repair. The fifth mistake is one that many people never consider. They take collagen every day, assuming that the amino acids alone are enough for the body to rebuild tissue. But here is what is really going on inside your body. Collagen is not just a collection of raw amino acids. It requires a set of biological construction workers to actually turn those building blocks into functional tissue. Without these cofactors, the body struggles to assemble new collagen, no matter how much powder you take. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine delivering bricks to a construction site. You have all the bricks you could ever need, but there are no carpenters, no cement, and no scaffolding. The bricks are useless on their own. They cannot form a stable wall without the right tools and labor. Collagen behaves the same way. Glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline are the bricks. But vitamin C, copper, zinc, and certain minerals are the carpenters, cement, and scaffolding that allow the body to actually build skin, tendons, bones, and other connective tissues. One of the most critical cofactors is vitamin C. It is required for the enzymes that hydroxylate proline and lysine, creating the chemical bonds that stabilize collagen's triple helix structure. Without sufficient vitamin C, the body cannot cross-link collagen properly, resulting in weaker, less functional tissue. This principle is not new. Historical evidence from scurvy demonstrates exactly how a deficiency in one cofactor can prevent the body from using protein to repair connective tissue, no matter how much protein is consumed. Other minerals, like copper and zinc, play essential roles in collagen maturation and stabilization. Copper activates lysyl oxidase, the enzyme that strengthens collagen fibers in skin, blood vessels, and joints. Zinc supports cell division and tissue repair. Without these cofactors, even high-quality collagen may be delivered to your bloodstream, but never incorporated efficiently into the tissues that need it most. Scientific studies highlight the importance of cofactors in collagen synthesis. Research shows that supplementation with vitamin C, alongside collagen peptides, significantly enhances collagen formation in tendons and skin compared to collagen alone. Similarly, studies in connective tissue repair indicate that deficiencies in minerals like copper and zinc slow healing and reduce tissue integrity. This tells us that collagen is not a standalone nutrient. It is part of a network of factors that must work together for the body to rebuild itself effectively. Understanding this principle reframes the way we think about supplementation. Taking collagen without ensuring the presence of its essential cofactors is like delivering a shipment of bricks to an empty construction site. The material is present, but no progress is made. Many people experience minimal results or slow improvement, not because collagen is ineffective, but because their body lacks the supporting nutrients required to turn raw material into functioning tissue. The sixth mistake is one that is subtle but critical. People often think that if they take high quality collagen with all the right cofactors, their body will automatically rebuild tissue. But here is what is really going on inside your body. Even with perfect collagen and sufficient cofactors, the body's metabolic environment, your hormones, inflammation levels, and energy balance determines whether those building blocks are actually used for repair or diverted elsewhere. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine trying to renovate a house during a citywide blackout. You have all the materials, the construction crew, and the plans, but the lights are out, the machines do not work, and energy is scarce. No matter how many bricks and tools you have, the work stalls until the power is restored. In the same way, the body's metabolic environment provides the energy, signaling, and direction necessary for collagen to be incorporated into tissues. If the environment is out of balance, the repair process slows or stalls. One of the central players here is insulin. Insulin does more than regulate blood sugar. It signals cells whether to store nutrients, use them for fuel, or allocate them toward repair. When insulin is chronically high due to insulin resistance, The body tends to prioritize energy storage over tissue repair. Amino acids from collagen may be used for gluconeogenesis or stored as fat rather than being incorporated into skin, tendons, or the gut lining. Similarly, chronic inflammation interferes with the body's natural repair pathways. Cytokines and other inflammatory mediators disrupt fibroblast activity, the very cells responsible for collagen synthesis, making it harder for the body to use amino acids efficiently. Another important factor is the health of the liver and mitochondria. The liver metabolizes amino acids and supplies key substrates for tissue repair, while mitochondria provide the energy required for synthesis and remodeling. If either system is stressed, collagen utilization is compromised. This explains why some people take collagen consistently, maintain a nutrient rich diet, and yet see only minimal improvements. The metabolic power grid is not aligned for repair. Research in metabolic physiology supports this principle. Studies show that insulin resistance and chronic low grade inflammation reduce collagen synthesis in skin, tendon, and other connective tissues. Conversely, interventions that improve metabolic health, such as reducing chronic hyperinsulinemia, optimizing mitochondrial function, and managing inflammation, enhance the body's ability to incorporate collagen into structural tissue. This means that even perfect supplementation may fail if the body's internal environment is not prepared to use it. Understanding this principle shifts the focus from supplementation alone to the broader context of metabolic health. Collagen is a powerful tool, but its effectiveness is amplified or blunted by your body's hormonal, inflammatory, and energetic environment. Many people experience minimal benefit not because collagen is ineffective, but because the body's metabolic systems are not signaling repair at the right level or in the right way. The seventh mistake is one that is deceptively simple, yet it undermines the benefits of collagen for countless people. Many assume that taking collagen occasionally or in very small amounts is enough to see meaningful changes in their skin, joints, or gut. But here is what is really going on inside your body. Collagen synthesis is not an instant process. It is a cumulative, ongoing effort, and your tissues require a consistent supply of raw materials over time to remodel effectively. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Imagine trying to grow a tree by planting seeds sporadically, sometimes watering them, sometimes not. Even if the seeds are of the highest quality, irregular care will produce little growth. Collagen works in the same way. Amino acids need to be consistently available to the cells responsible for tissue repair, and they must be delivered in sufficient quantity to meet the demands of your connective tissue, skin, and gut lining. Sporadic intake results in fragmented repair, slow progress, and often disappointment. The body has specific thresholds for amino acid availability in tissues. If the supply is too low, fibroblasts and other cells responsible for collagen synthesis cannot function optimally. Even the highest quality collagen taken occasionally may not elevate amino acid levels enough to stimulate meaningful synthesis. Over time, this leads to minimal improvements in elasticity, joint comfort, or gut integrity, which is why many people conclude that collagen does not work for them. Consistency is also tied to biological rhythms. Collagen synthesis occurs gradually and in cycles that reflect tissue turnover rates. Skin turnover alone takes approximately 28 days, and connective tissue repair can take several months. This means that taking collagen sporadically does not match the body's natural repair schedule, limiting its effectiveness. In other words, the timing of intake over weeks and months is just as important as the immediate digestion and absorption of the powder itself. Research highlights the importance of dosage and consistency. Studies examining collagen supplementation for skin elasticity, tendon repair, and joint health often use doses that are maintained daily for 8 to 12 weeks or longer. These studies show measurable improvements in tissue structure and function, demonstrating that both quantity and duration matter. Without this consistent supply, the body cannot fully leverage the amino acids for long-term tissue remodeling. Understanding this principle reframes how you think about collagen. It is not a supplement that provides instant results or occasional benefits. It is raw material for a slow, deliberate, and cumulative process. Many people fail to see results because they underestimate the body's needs over time. The key insight is that collagen must be supplied in a way that aligns with the body's repair cycles, providing sufficient material consistently to allow meaningful tissue remodeling and improvement. Now that we have explored the 7 critical mistakes people make with collagen, it is time to step back and see the bigger picture. Collagen is far more than just a protein powder or a beauty supplement. It is a key building block for your skin, joints, bones, gut lining, and even your overall metabolic resilience. Yet, as we have seen, taking it blindly without understanding timing, digestion, absorption, cofactors, metabolic context, and consistency often leads to minimal results or frustration. The first insight is that timing matters. Your body does not use collagen randomly. Repair processes are tied to circadian rhythms and hormonal cycles. When collagen is delivered at the wrong time, the amino acids may never reach the tissues that need them most. Second, digestion is critical. Collagen is a large, complex protein, and if it is not broken down into usable components, it cannot contribute to tissue repair. Third, absorption can be blocked by certain food and drink combinations. The body's pathways for amino acids are selective, and competing nutrients or metabolic signals can reduce effectiveness. Fourth, the type and quality of collagen is fundamental. Not all powders are equal, and differences in source, processing, and peptide size dramatically affect how the body can use them. Fifth, cofactors such as vitamin C, copper, and zinc are essential. Without these construction workers, the raw material cannot be assembled into functional tissue. Sixth, the metabolic context cannot be ignored. Insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, and mitochondrial stress all influence whether collagen is incorporated into tissue or diverted elsewhere. And seventh, consistency and sufficient dosage are key. Collagen synthesis is a slow, cumulative process, and sporadic use or small amounts will rarely produce measurable improvements. Understanding these principles transforms how we approach supplementation. Collagen is not magic, it is biology. It is a tool that works when the body's repair machinery is ready, the amino acids are available, cofactors are present, and metabolic conditions support synthesis. When one or more of these factors is ignored, the results are underwhelming. When all are addressed, collagen becomes a powerful ally for energy, vitality, skin health, joint function, and long-term tissue integrity. The takeaway is that optimizing collagen use is about aligning biology with supplementation. It is about understanding your body at a deeper level, its repair cycles, its hormonal environment, its nutrient needs, and its metabolic capacity. It is about seeing collagen not as a single solution, but as part of a broader strategy to support repair, resilience, and longevity. Here is a challenge I want to leave you with. Start by reflecting on the 7 mistakes we discussed today. Identify just one area where you may have been unknowingly sabotaging your body's ability to use collagen, whether it is timing, cofactors, metabolic health, or consistency. Focus on that single change and observe the difference over the coming weeks. Small, precise adjustments often yield the greatest results when aligned with physiology. If this content added value to your understanding of your body, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. Join others who are learning to optimize their metabolic health, energy, and longevity naturally, one evidence-based practical insight at a time. Collagen is just one tool, but used wisely, it can be a foundation for stronger, healthier tissue and a more resilient body for years to come. This concludes our deep dive into the 7 mistakes that can prevent collagen from working effectively. Understanding the science, respecting the biology, and making precise adjustments is how you transform supplementation into real, lasting results.